Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we take on Texas Motor Speedway, a newly configured Texas Motor Speedway compared to what was in real life in 2003. Coming off of Bristol last episode, it was Jeff Gordon and the 24 team picking up the win, his 62nd career win, as he's on quest for his 5th NASCAR Cup Series championship here. As well, we have one of the members on that 24 team here in this career mode. That was Primal Spartan, actually being alongside Jeff Gordon to pick up the win. Of course, Primal Spartan is the car chief in that number 24 team, so awesome to see them pick up a victory and, of course, get into the career statistics on the win column now. As that 24 team, Jeff Gordon, they really rebounded coming off of Darlington, where things didn't go so well for them, and it's been a very up and down season so far for the number 24 team, and they really picked things up there in Bristol. And really, I don't think Jeff Gordon in the 24 had the best car, but they just put themselves in position when it mattered the absolute most, and it worked out pretty well for them. We're coming off of a lot of success in this Wood Brothers Racing number 21 Motorcraft Ford Taurus, and we're looking for some solid pace once again here this weekend in Texas, but I feel like this is a track where we're going to kind of get a bit of a reality check and probably run kind of where we're supposed to, which is anywhere between 15th and 20th, I feel like, here as we kind of fire off now for some qualifying now, and a goal of a 30.181 as we head down into turn number 1. And obviously, you know, it's pretty straightforward here in this configuration, is hook up the inside line, and that's all you really need to do as we head down this back straightaway into turn number 3. And once again, hooking up that inside line there could have been a little bit lower, but as we exit turn 4 heading down this front straightaway to the line, we're definitely not beating the goal. It's going to be like a full second off. It's a 30.912, putting us 29th place. Not exactly where we want to be. I was definitely expecting better there. Looking around us, we got Robbie Gordon, your Darlington winner there. Casey Mears at the bottom of the grid with Jack Sprague, Dow Jarrett way down the order. Jeff Burton just in front of us, as well as Elliott Sadler. Rounding out the top 20 is the 16 of Greg Biffle, and up towards the front, Jimmy Johnson P5, front row Kevin Harvick, as well as the number 24 of Jeff Gordon. They will lead the front row to the green flag here in Texas. It was announced pre-race that Bill Elliott will be making his final full-time season, this one right here, in 2003. That is right, Bill Elliott would announce that after this season, he will hang up the helmet full-time and step aside. Somebody else will be coming into that number 9 next season with that team, and it is to be determined, of course, what Bill Elliott's going to do. He says he still plans to do some racing in the Cup Series if possible, just not on a full-time capacity going forward. So it is finally official. Bill Elliott will retire at the conclusion of this season. We'll be saying goodbye to a legend of the Cup Series now as we are underway, though, from Texas Motor Speedway. Fresh off the news now, we take off here in towards the tri-oval in turn number 1 to kick off this O'Reilly Auto Parts 500 from this Texas Motor Speedway. Now just lined in behind that number 99 of Jeff Burton. He's actually just behind the number 49 of Ken Schrader in front of him as we exit turn 2, heading down this back straightaway on this opening lap here from Texas Motor Speedway, and we're actually 3 wide in the middle into turn number 3. Kevin Harvick's taking the early, just kind of getting away from the field here. Now is Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, those guys. Got to really watch out for those guys here, these mile and a halves as well. We'll see what they can do as we've got over 100 laps of racing here this afternoon from Texas, 117 laps total. It is a long, grueling race. If we get some green flag running, there's going to be a lot of pit stops as well. You can go about a little over 20 laps here on a maximum tank of fuel. So it's certainly going to be interesting to watch the strategy play out, because we have seen time and time again getting a little bit off strategy is not beneficial here with the way these races play out. You kind of want to go with the majority, and that's been kind of running the runs long and not getting off strategy under a caution sequence. Just kind of do what the majority of the field does, and that seems to be the best kind of way to go about things so far early in the season. We've already had a change for the lead, though. The number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Jimmy Johnson up into the front of the field here now, and as we're continuing to try and claw our way forward, now we're on lap 6, coming to lap 7, and we've only moved up now, just passing the 38 of Elliott Sadler here into turn number 3. It would take me into turn 3 to even have a chance to clear him on now lap 7, approaching lap 8, but we won't clear him, and just like that, now we're to the inside of the 43 of John Andretti now as we try to pass him through this triangle. Dave Blaney as well, just in front now. 110 still laps remain in this race. A lot of racing still to be done here now, as we're going to briefly go 3 wide, actually clipping the apron right there in turns 1 and 2, but we're 3 on the exit of turn 2. Dave Blaney on the top. Now we continue 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn 3. We should be able to clear both of these guys, though, into the corner by the center of 3. There we go. We'll clear them both. So up into 25th and continuing to go forward as we approach lap 9. And now we're right to the back of Johnny Benson, Todd Bodine, as well as Michael Waltrip here. So we're showing some good speed. Qualifying wasn't great. We've got another lead change. Actually, it looks like it's going back and forth. Must be a side-by-side battle between the 48 and the 17 of Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. Matt Kenseth's had a lot of speed in qualifying, but hasn't quite been able to translate that into race speed, but he now takes the lead here. And then again, it was back to Jimmy Johnson, so those two seem to be going back and forth as the 2 fastest cars early on here from Texas. We now take ourselves up into the top 25, though, up into P24 after passing Todd Bodine, and to the right side of Michael Waltrip now, just continuing to surprisingly be able to make this kind of second and third lane even work at times. So we're just going to kind of commit to the second lane and trying to get past this Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, and into turn 3 we should be able to hopefully clear Waltrip and even get alongside Johnny Benson, and we will be able to get alongside him and clear the 15, and then into turn 1, lap 13. Just rolling this middle lane, we're going to be able to clear the 10, and now we take ourselves up into P22 and continue to just rally forward in this early sequence of this race. Only 9 laps of fuel left in the car, so we can go to about lap 22 at the absolute maximum, as Jimmy Johnson has returned back to the lead of this race as we're running down 21st place. Ken Schrader, who's having a very solid run, actually. And then number 49, Ryan Newman, tire down, caution is out. He's into the outside wall, and that Penske number 12 Dodge, and there's our first yellow for cause on the day, and everybody's going to pit except for Newman while he is pitting. He's done, though, for the day. Ryan Newman's race comes to an end as we'll get 4 tires as well as some fuel. No adjustments, because I was pretty happy with the car. I mean, we were going forward there from, barely inside the top 30 up to P22. We as well gained 2 positions in the pits, one of those just because of the 12 car who was in front of us at the time of the caution. And as we get back rolling here, now coming to lap 20 of this race, we have gotten ourselves, well, into the top 20. Tony Stewart actually out into the lead, or at least fighting for the lead, with the number 48 of Jimmy Johnson into turn number 1. Johnson's on the inside, so he has the advantage into the corner, but Tony Stewart is, well, I mean, not been a great season for the Home Depot driver. Your defending Cup champ now, the 2002 Cup Series champion, still trying to rally his way up to get that first win of this 2003 season. Don't rule him out now. We know what Tony Stewart is capable of as we continue now off of turn 4 down the front straightaway to the line. Lap 21 underway. We run P21, 97 laps of racing to go, and I feel like the early part of the run is where we're going to struggle the most with this number 21 Motorcraft Ford. As you can see, really tight there on the exit of turn 2. We wash up the racetrack. Through goes Benson. Here comes as well the 38 again of Elliott Sadler. So now back down into P23 as Jimmy Johnson continues to lead. Clearly the favorite right off the bat today to win is that 48 team. We have yet to see anybody win more than 1 race this season, but Jimmy Johnson looks like he could be in position to change that here this afternoon. Now as we're to the inside again of the 38, so just a few laps after, kind of dropping down to 23rd, we're rallying our way back forward a little bit now, and we're passing that M&M's Ford as he's going to try and fight back, though, at my right side down this back straightaway in towards turn number 3. So Elliott Sadler saying, you know what, I'm not going to give this up very easily, and as we continue now to lap 27, just about, we will clear him and move ourselves back into P22, and now we continue to just kind of follow Johnny Benson here. He was to the inside of the 49 of Ken Schrader, and I'm just going to follow suit here now as we come through this tri-oval, and through turns 1 and 2, they both actually jump way up to the outside, meaning I can not only pass the 49, but I'll clear the 10 as well, and back into the top 20 we go. Shortly thereafter, We have run down fellow Rookie of the Year competitor of Jamie McMurray down this back straightaway. So 10 laps of fuel in the car. Once again, we're about just over halfway through a fuel run. So we did not get a chance to make a pit stop under green there on that last one because we saw the caution come out. But we clear McMurray. Anytime these guys run way up the racetrack, it's just a golden opportunity for me to steal a position. And I mean, look at the next 4 cars are doing it. Mark Martin's doing it right here. We're going to pass him up into P18. Bobby Labonte, he's running up there on the top. And by the time I run him down, he is not transitioned down to the inside line. So I can just clear him at ease through 3 and 4. And up into P17 we go as we now set our sights on Sterling Marlin here. Your, of course, Atlanta winner now is that we've still got over 80 laps of racing to go here now of Texas now. 3 laps of fuel in the car, so we're about to see some cars hitting the pit lane, and now around goes the number 5 of Terry Labonte into the outside wall. Caution's gonna fly. Kevin Harvick had just entered the pits at the time of that caution, so he has given up some drag position. He's in P12. Will they complete that pit stop before we go green? I'm not sure. But we are P17. Everybody again is going to pit, but a big hit to the outside wall for the number 5 of Labonte, and we will get ready to go green here. We gain 2 spots into the 15th position.
We're going green.
I can confirm Kevin Harvick got the pit stop done, and I believe Matt Kenseth as well was another driver that got a pit stop complete there, because he now is in the lead of this race. So it's Kenseth and Harvick on your front row into turn number 1. Jeff Burton as well in P3 might be another driver that had hit the pit lane because he, I mean, was he running up front? I don't know. Maybe he beat the 48 out of the pits. I'm not 100% sure where Jeff Burton was running at the time of that caution, but we know for sure the 17 and the 29, they were in the pits, and that's why they are up front for this restart, although they already had some good speed. Harvick was up there towards the top 5, and so was Matt Kenseth. So all of a sudden, after all of this, I mean, we've got ourselves in the top 15, racing alongside last episode winner at Bristol of Jeff Gordon. There's Greg Biffle, another Rookie of the Year contender. Biffle's been kind of all over the place in his rookie season now. Sometimes he runs 30th. Here he is today, top 15, fighting for a top 10. As we got up the racetrack there and left the door open for the 18 Interstate Batteries, Joe Gibbs, driver of Bobby Labonte, to go up the inside and pass me. Here comes Kenseth, Nemechek as well following through as they migrate down to the inside to kind of take that open space that I cannot cover off, of course, now. But unfortunately for Nemechek, Ken Schrader actually jumps to the inside of him, and he would pass me as well as Sterling Marlin. Here comes Terry Labonte actually working his way back forward after just bringing out that caution, and now here he is to my inside. So Labonte's race continues on, unlike, unfortunately, for Ryan Newman, whose race was over there at his incident a little bit earlier on in the race. But now Nemechek passes us and we drop back down to P20. So it seems like we've got around a 20th place car, and it looks like we've got some trouble up ahead. And Jeff Gordon, he's got a car that belongs in the garage because he is blowing up down the front straightaway. Absolute chaos as we're going to cut through the grass to avoid any of that. And Gordon is slow in the middle of the track. Your last race winner from Bristol, and rough race in Darlington, comes back in Bristol and shows up and wins. And now here he has another issue, and he would get eventually to the pits, but completely splitting up the pack. And now everyone is really spread out here as we had managed to just kind of cycle through into 18th position after all that chaos. And Jeff Gordon's day is over. The number 24 DuPont Chevrolet is done for the day here in Texas. Very unfortunate there for Jeff Gordon, who had just rallied his way back up to the top of the standings, and now this is going to relegate him way down. He's about to have a huge hit in the points here today from Texas with 60 laps to go. For us now, we've got more trouble. Casey Mears with a tire down in turn 3, and that's going to bring out a caution as we had only 5 laps of fuel left, meaning we were once again close to a pit stop but didn't quite make it. So we all once again pit for 4 tires and fuel. We are now P17 for this next restart, and just like that, 3 cars are out. It's Newman, Mears, and Gordon. 3 DNFs on the day as we see the restart from the spotters stand. Matt Kenseth and Jeff Burton lead the field down into turn number 1. Jeff Burton, shout out to him. He got up there and he's been able to hang on to that track position, and same for Matt Kenseth. Jimmy Johnson has not been able to rally back to the lead of this race, surprisingly, but Johnson still got plenty of racing to go as you see the field fan out down into turn number 3. We'll get a nice zoom in here as they exit turn 4. It's side by side up front. Who's that to the inside? I believe that's Kurt Busch. Yes, it is Kurt Busch. to the lead as they come through the Tribal. Dale Jr. up there in the conversation. Bill Elliott as well, fresh off the announcement of full-time competition will come to an end for him at the end of this 2003 season. Once again, kind of struggling for speed on a restart there. Here comes Dale Jarrett, who started outside of the top 35 here today, and now he's rallied his way into the top 17 as we head down into turn 3 on lap 63. And once again, like we said, yeah, the restarts, the car just does not fire off for me very well in this Motorcraft 21. So we just gotta, really be patient and let things come to us. Now we're hoping for some long green flag runs, and Mark Martin really got close to my door right there, but he would pass us. But then as we came to lap 66, back to the inside, Martin was again running the top, so then I would pass him back. And now we're back up in the P19. Dale Jarrett just kind of leaving a full car width here to the inside. And if you're going to leave that car width, I am going to put my car in that width. So we're going to try and take P18 away from him now down this front straightaway. Matt Kenseth continues to lead. Kenseth is in complete control right now of this race. Can Jimmy Johnson get back up in here and kind of spice things up a little bit now as we set our sights next on Ken Schrader, who continues to have a great run in that number 49 as we exit turn 4. This is what I love, by the way, about NASCAR Heat 5 that we don't get in, say, NASCAR 25 is the AI and the difference in running order and the variance that we get from episode to episode. You never know when a midfield team is going to run really good, or even a lower team is going to run in the midfield, or a good team's going to have a rough day. You just never know, and that's the beauty of the AI in this game. As for myself, we continue to get closer now to Labonte as well as Nemechek now on lap 76. 42 laps to go. We have yet to see green flag pit stops because every time we get in a window of about 5 laps of fuel left in the car, it seems like there's a tire blowing out. There's a very big trend, and Goodyear cannot be happy about this as we continue to rally forward now. I mean, they've got to be worried that it seems after about 16 or so laps, the tires are blowing out on these cars here today. So that's something to kind of keep in mind here. Now we're over half of the race without a green flag pit stop. We've had green flag pit stops in every episode so far this season. As we're now to the inside of Nemechek, we got 6 laps of fuel in the car currently, and there's a caution again. This time not for a tire, it's actually an engine. It looks like it's on the 0-1 of Jerry Nadeau. An engine failure there, some smoke pouring out of the back very faintly, and that's going to bring out a yellow. And everyone again coming into the pits, Matt Kenseth and Johnson up to P2. We'll take 4 tires and fuel again, no adjustments. I mean, we're running P15, having a very solid effort. We gain 1 spot and move up into 14th. Honestly, didn't want that because I wanted to be restarting on the inside. We'll restart behind the Daytona 500 winner from this season, Ricky Craven. In that tied Pontiac number 32, now Sterling Marlin to my inside, Ward Burton just behind, as well as Nemechek. 37 laps to go. So no matter what, this is a 1 pit stop race from here. We can make it on 1 pit stop. We just got to get to about 23 laps of racing to go. We pit from that point on, we'll be able to make it to the end of this race. Obviously, we'd like to pit closer to kind of like 18, 19 or so laps remaining in this race, just to have a little bit of that buffer. Now is to the lead, finally, Jimmy Johnson, but it's very, very brief because Jeff Burton is now going to take the lead down the front straightaway. Matt Kenseth is going in the wrong direction. He had actually dropped a few spots, and Johnson and Burton are side by side into turn number 1 for the lead of this race, and Jeff Burton is going to take over and clear the number 48 of Johnson as they head down this back straightaway. Now Nemechek gets through. Sadler to my left rear now as well, but he would be able to pass me into lap 83 in turn 1, so we drop back down again to the 19th position. So we continue to kind of go back and forth all race long so far. I mean, the restarts, we go back, and then after about 10 or so laps, we really start to move forward as now Jimmy Johnson has again returned to the lead. We're having a lot of battles for the lead here in this race, which is absolutely fantastic to see. I've kind of settled into P19 at this point with 30 laps to go. Still about 8 or so laps outside of the fuel window, so definitely just want to hang in there a little bit longer and get to that window, and then we'll come into the pits, of course, and get that final service done on this number 21. But we have now run down 18th and 17th of Jarrett, as well as Sadler down this back straightaway. 11 laps of fuel left in the car at this point on lap 91, so we can very much make it into that fuel window without any issues now, as we should be able to clear Dale Jarrett right here. No, not quite. He's going to hang on my door on the exit of turn 4 there. Didn't quite have enough momentum swinging in my favor right there now as we continue to fight this one out into turn 1, but obviously things should be pretty easy. Actually, he's going to pin me down this time. Instead of running the outside, no, he's going to kind of keep on my door right here as we exit turn 2 down this back straightaway. And these older guys, maybe not a huge fan of my driving style early in the season. We dumped Rusty Wallace in Darlington. We used him up a little bit in Bristol as well, and maybe that's a bit of a message there, but we do get the pass done nonetheless. And now we would set our sights on Sadler on lap 93, and we're going to be able to pass him into turn 3 this time. Unlike Dale Jarrett, we just blow the doors off this 38 M&M's Ford, and now into 17th we go, trying to run down Nemechek and Burton there for the top 15 and 16 running positions. And as we come through to lap 96, we're now in the fuel window, so we can pit any moment that we want, but I'm kind of banking on the trend of the day. Goodyear and tires blowing out. 21 laps remaining in this race. No matter what, we can make it to the end if we pit now, so I'm just like trying to wait it out a little bit, see if a caution might come out. We're in that 5 to 6 lap remaining fuel window, which means someone's got to blow a tire at some point. I am almost certain of it. We have now run down, coming to lap 99, Burton and Nemechek, who have been absolutely scrapping it out for a few laps here, as there it is, tire down on the number 0 of Jack Sprague, right in front of the leaders, Jimmy Johnson, and that brings out the caution, and everyone's going to come into the pits for one final time here on the day for 4 tires and fuel. And we shouldn't see any more tire issues, I'm not sure, but I mean, I think we'll be okay. We do gain 1 spot there into P16 for this restart. You got Joe Nemechek just in front of myself, and you've got Jimmy Johnson leading the field back to green with Matt Kenseth. Then it's Burton, Jeff Burton that is, and Dale Jr. There on row number 2, Tony Stewart, watch out for him in P5 as we sail it off into turn number 1 now. It's going to be only, 14, 15 laps to go in this race here, so we should be okay on tire situation, I feel like, but never say never. I mean, anything can happen here now, as, you see Mark Martin's going to go through on the inside now as well, as we got to really fight here early on, because we don't have as many laps in this run as we've had in other runs to finish out this race. So we know we're going to go backwards early on, so we just got to make sure we hang on the best we can so we can use that kind of longer run advantage to the absolute maximum. To my inside comes the 43 of John Andretti. Ken Schrader there now going to jump up to the top. Are we going to go 3 wide middle here down the back straightaway? Not quite, but we do clear the 43. So now we're clear all around into turn 3 now, and Jimmy Johnson continues to run up front. Johnson actually, he's running all the way up on the outside wall, so I think we're about to see a lead change unless he can carry that momentum as I clip the apron, and unfortunately that left the door open for the 43 of Andretti to pass me with some momentum into turn number 1. So down to 20th we go, but we're tucked in right behind him here. So on lap 106, went out to his inside into turn number 1. He's going to do what Dale Jarrett did earlier with me, though. He's going to kind of run me down the track a little bit now as I clip the apron as well. As we exit turn 2, here comes Jamie McMurray. We'll go 3 wide down the back straightaway here in the middle. Who's going to give? Nobody's going to give, but McMurray's got the momentum. Now Andretti backs out through 3. We'll get cleared by the 42 off the exit of 4, and down to P20 we go. But here comes now the 88 of Dale Jarrett back to my inside, and I don't think I'm going to be able to hold him off here in the second lane into turn number 1. Now McMurray jumps all the way to the outside wall here as we'll continue side by side. Will we see 3 wide middle again on the exit of turn 2? Not quite. McMurray just stays barely clear on that Chip Ganassi Dodge as we continue to just try and fight forward, but down to P21 as now we've got a bit of a run to the inside of that UPS Ford of Jarrett, but he actually is able to carry a little bit more speed into turn 3. Until that, he jumps all the way up to the outside again, and this will allow me through into the 20th position as we clip David a little bit, but fortunately clear that 88, who would get one heck of a run though down the front straightaway, but we clear him again in turns 1 and 2 as he ran the top, and same for the 42 McMurray, but I got really tight and had to lift right there, so I did not run him over. So now P20 as we're coming to just 7 laps to go. Jimmy Johnson is in full control at this point. Johnson is cruising to victory now. He is just hoping for no cautions at this point now, as there it is, Greg Biffle, tire failure around on the number 16 into the outside wall, crashing down in front of traffic. Big hit, violent impact with the 18 of Labonte. Off the ground he goes. Caution out late in Texas. Biffle's day, I think, might be over at the bare minimum. He's going to the back. And now we'll get ready for a restart with just a few laps of racing left. We're P19 for this restart. I welcome this restart because it closes up the pack when I've got a bit more of an advantage now on the older tires. So as we get back racing, it's going to be 4 laps of racing to go here from Texas now. And as we head into turn number 1, we should be able to pounce hopefully here, not into turn 1, but maybe on the exit of turn 2, down into turn 3 for sure. But Jimmy Johnson, Matt Kenseth, they were the front row for this restart as they lead the way down the back straightaway. Johnson's clear. Jeff Burton's going to be the next in line behind Johnson that could maybe pounce for it here into turn number 3. Johnson's one on the top. Johnson's again all the way up to the outside, leaving the door open for Jeff Burton and the number 99 to go to the inside as we exit turn 4 to the inside of Mark Martin through the front straightaway. 3 laps to go as we cross the stripe, and Jimmy Johnson continues to run up the racetrack, leaving the door wide open for that right there. You see it on the track map. New leader, 99 for the Roush team, Jeff Burton out in front here from Texas, and he would continue to lead as I clip the apron in turn 3 alongside Martin. We have to settle in behind him. Unfortunately as well, that made me vulnerable to the 15 of Michael Waltrip, who's to my inside with 2 laps to go, and Jeff Burton's trying to run away with this thing now. Jimmy Johnson's still in P2, but can he get Jeff Burton before this thing is over? He's got just over 1 lap to make it happen as we continue to fight with Michael Waltrip down this back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Now coming to the white flag now, and we continue to carry this momentum through 3. Well, we see the white flag. Yes, we will. Jeff Burton in control here in Texas now. 1 lap to go as we clear the 15 of Michael Waltrip into turn number 1, and now we set our sights on the number 6 of Mark Martin, but I don't think we're going to get there. I think we're going to have to settle for the 18th position as we exit turn 2 down this back straightaway one more time, and I don't think Jimmy Johnson's getting there. He's tucked in right behind the 99 of Jeff Burton, who leads through 3. Off turn 4, someone smoking in front. I believe it's the 32. Caution's going to fly. It's going to end the race, and Jeff Burton's going to cruise across the line and win under caution over Jimmy Johnson and Kurt Busch there in that 3rd position. That's career win number 18 for Jeff Burton. You saw Ricky Craven cruising across the line with an engine down. You see the results there. Jimmy Johnson's going to be disappointed about that one. Ricky Craven holds on to that P14. Thank goodness for the caution for him as we end up P18 on the day. Just, yeah, I mean, kind of where we kind of should be in this number 21 on a day where things don't go wrong for other drivers. For the most part, Jeff Gordon, of course, Ryan Newman, they both were having good runs, and they ran into their fair share of issues, as you see Rusty Wallace down there as well. But Jimmy Johnson now has a commanding 16-point margin up front over Kevin Harvick. That's the largest point lead of the season. Jeremy Mayfield there in P3 over Terry Labonte. Burton up to 5th. Jeff Gordon not even in the top 10 in the standings following it today. That does it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a great day.